Hey Playmakers, welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to be walking y'all through 7 game-changing healthy habits that you can start incorporating into your life right now, okay? So the first thing we need to talk about is your health. Y'all know I'm a health coach. I get to work with people in optimizing their health, both the physical, the mental, and financial, and I love it. I love what I get to do. And so one thing that is super important before you start on a health journey is your mindset and knowing that the path of life that you are on right now is not set in stone. You have the power to change and get on the path that you want to be on. And I think that through this season, we all know that this is not what we planned this time last year. However, we've all had to pivot and make changes to be able to still improving and keep going in life. Like, life didn't stop, it just changed. You have the control, you have the power to make the decision and make the change for yourself. So in regards to your health, this is huge. You can't outsource your health. You can outsource so many things in your life today. It's so easy to have people come in and help you do things that really are a waste of your time. But something you cannot outsource is your health. Now, you can hire people to help you. You can get a coach to help you along the way. And I am a firm believer that that is very important, because if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to find a new room, right? You need to have someone who is at the next level and can help you along the way so that you can get there too and keep moving. Coaches and accountability partners and a community to rally around you and encourage you and hold you accountable is so important. But at the end of the day, you are the only one who can do the work and make that game-changing play in your own life, right? So this is my invitation to you. You have the opportunity right now to make a change and take control of your health and your life. Because listen, guys, I don't care what anyone says, regardless of how good your life or their life might be. If your health is not where it needs to be, your life isn't where it could be, because your health is everything. If you are not living at an optimal level in your health, you are living at a lesser version of yourself, which means you are giving a lesser version of yourself. And you were not made to give a lesser version of yourself. You were made on purpose and for a purpose. So it's time to put aside the bad habits and start walking into the fullness and the optimal lifestyle that you were designed to live into. Can I get an amen? Okay. So how do we do this? That sounds like a big task, right? And it can be, but that's why we're gonna work to get 1% better every single day. Because if you get 1% better today, and 1% better tomorrow, and 1% better the next day, and so on, do you see where I'm going with this? It is about incorporating healthy habits into your life to take away the ones that don't serve you as well and really reinforce the ones that you're already doing great, while bringing in new things to help you live the optimal life and lifestyle that you so desire to live, okay? So let's get started. 7 game-changing healthy habits that you can start incorporating in your life right now. Healthy habit tip number 1. Your water intake needs to be at least 64 ounces a day. Yes, you've heard it before. That is 8-ounce glasses of water every single day. And you're like, oh my gosh, Maggie, I have heard that since I was a kid. I know. You might know it, but are you doing it? 40% of Americans drink less than half of the recommended 64 ounces, and that's just a standard. Realistically, you should really be aiming for half of your body weight in ounces at least. We have some work to do, and that's okay. So practically, what does this look like? Well, let's break it down into smaller increments. We can go with the 8-ounce glasses or I like to think more in 16-ounce portions. So 4 16-ounce portions a day. Your first one, y'all, needs to be before you have anything else touch your lips. Before your coffee, before your breakfast, or your protein smoothie, or whatever, you need to make sure that you are drinking 16 ounces of water when you wake up. Why? Why? Well, because the first thing that touches your lips is something that your body craves throughout the day. So we need to make sure that you are replenishing your body and hydrating from you've gone hopefully 8 hours sleeping, which means you didn't have water for 8 hours. Your body is needing to be replenished. Your body can store fat, but it can't store water, okay? You lose about 12 cups of water every single day. 12 cups of water. From sweat, from going to the bathroom, from breathing, even from the soles of your feet, you are constantly losing water. And your body can't hold on to what it already has, which is why we have to replenish it. Water is so important for weight loss and weight maintenance. But here's the thing, guys. Don't let thirst be the guide to when you're gonna hydrate, because thirst is a late sign that your body needs water. We want to be playmakers and be ahead of the game. Your brain can't even tell a difference if you're hungry or thirsty. So if you do feel hungry, maybe try to drink an 8-ounce glass of water first, and then give yourself 10 to 15 minutes and see, am I still hungry or am I good? Because at least 30% of the time, studies have shown that you're gonna be good because you were actually just thirsty, but your brain can't tell a difference. So then if you are hungry after that, then obviously go ahead and fuel your body, but hydrate first. Healthy habit number 2, eat breakfast. I know, Matt, you're like, Maggie, I never eat breakfast. I drink my coffee or I just sip on water and I'm good until lunch. But let me tell you something, especially you ladies. I know and you know that your metabolism is slow. You know how to speed it up? You have to feed it. So why on earth would you wait until lunch to then start to let it run and be effective for you? Why would you do that to yourself? Fasting is so controversial right now because there's no long-term studies to show that it gives lasting results on your health. But I'm telling y'all that smaller feedings throughout the day are the most powerful way to optimize your weight loss or weight management. Studies have shown that people who eat about 6 times a day, like smaller meals throughout the day, actually eat fewer calories, consume healthier foods, and have a lower body mass index than people who eat fewer than 4 times a day. Y'all, three meals a day, like 3 full meals a day, is hard in general. You can't tell me it's not. Our lives are all so busy. Sitting down to have 3 full meals is hard. But aside from just the busyness of that and that being difficult, it's hard on your body to have 3 full meals like that. And then to wait a span of like 6 hours to eat again because your blood sugar levels start to decrease. And so eating those smaller meals throughout the day, starting with breakfast, actually has a really positive effect on your cholesterol and your insulin. So all in all, eat your breakfast, don't wait. Let's get your metabolism started after you have your 16 ounces of water. Before that. Healthy habit number 3, plan ahead. Y'all, failing to plan is planning to fail, and you are a playmaker. And a playmaker makes a game plan ahead of the time, so when they go into the game, they know what they're gonna do. That is the same thing that we've got to do in our lives. And you can prioritize this with a to-do list and know exactly what you've got going on and what you need to make sure you have ready to accomplish that to your full ability. Our meals, we want to revolve around heart-healthy fruits and vegetables and lean proteins. We don't want to rely on the salty and fried fast food. No, that's gonna make our bodies sluggish and our energy is gonna drop and we're not gonna be able to feel our best and we're not gonna be able to give our best. And again, you were made to give. If you're feeding yourself lesser foods, you're gonna be giving a lesser version of yourself, and you are way too important to be giving a lesser version of yourself. So how do we plan ahead with this? Well, I coach a program that is so dang easy that I have fuelings that are ready to roll that I can put in my purse or my backpack. I keep them in my car, they're around my house that I can just grab and go. But also, if you know that you're gonna be going to a lunch date with a friend, look at the menu ahead of time and know what you're gonna get so that when you get there, you're not thrown off and you don't see something that's not gonna help you reach your goals and you're not swayed and are like, oh, but I think I'll do that. No, because you go in with a game plan and you know what you're gonna get, so then you stay on track and you go reach your goals. If you're going to a party, there's free food out. Guess what? Just because it's free doesn't mean you have to put it in your mouth. Does not mean you have to eat it. If you know that you're gonna be traveling, you might want to make sure that you have extra foods in your car with you or in your carry-on or whatever to make sure that you're not stuck and are reliant on different fast foods that are not gonna help you reach your goals, right? And if you know that you're gonna be going to a fast food restaurant, there are some foods at different places that you can eat and that are fine. It might take a little bit extra work to do the research to figure out what that is, but you are worth it and your health is worth it, and the people around you who you are serving and giving to all the time are worth it too. So if you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for them. But be a playmaker and plan ahead. Healthy habit number 4, cut out sugar. Y'all, do not drink your calories. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Starbucks has all those yummy syrups that they can put in their coffee, but what does that do for you? That adds more calories than probably what a whole meal needs to be for you. And in one coffee, you are not reaching your goals by doing that. Don't waste your calories on that. Save that for good, nutritious food that is going to fuel your body and help you live optimally. Okay, we want to avoid the sugary coffee creamers and the sugary teas and sodas and refreshers and all those things that are just putting processed sugar that is not good for us in our bodies when there are so many other healthy alternatives. Just choosing sugar-free options literally makes such a big difference, and it's just a little tweak that you can make that the longevity of that has really, really big impact. Sugar reacts in your brain like cocaine. Y'all, why would you want to put that in your body? No, we don't want to. Sugar can give us migraines. It can make our energy crash, which then what happens, y'all? We're living a lesser version of ourselves, which means then we're not giving the full version of ourselves. So instead of choosing all of these different sugary things, we want to because obviously we know our bodies need sugar, so we want to let that sugar come from natural things like fruits. So we're going to cut out the sugary coffee creamers and all that good stuff, sugar in our teas, because we're not going to drink our calories. We're going to choose the sugar-free options, and we're going to let our sugar intake come from natural foods like fruit. Healthy habit number 5. When we want to work on our healthy motion and let our bodies move, a simple thing we can do is just take a walk. Now, our goal is to reach 10,000 steps a day, at least. But that might seem really out of reach, especially if you're like sitting at a desk all day and you're like, how on earth am I going to get 10,000 steps? Well, you might not your first day, you might not even your first week. But if you can start with even a 5-minute walk one day, and then a 10-minute walk the next, and a 15-minute walk the next. Going on short walks like that also will curb your appetite. So if you have a craving, you can go on a walk and that will help repress that craving. So what could that look like? Maybe you want to get up early. This is part of planning ahead, of knowing when can I get my walk in. Maybe you need to get up early. Go walk and enjoy the sunrise. Maybe you need to do it at night when you get home. Go walk and enjoy the sunset. Maybe it's during your lunch break. Go walk or get outside, or even if you just need to go do laps like at the mall or in your office, whatever, just go move. Instead of taking the bus, walk to class. You can go walk your property line. Maybe go explore a part of your neighborhood that you've never ventured to before. And a really easy one is when you get to a store, instead of trying to park as close to the door as you can, go park at the end of the parking lot, and you're getting extra steps in just like that. You see, guys, it's just little habits like that that make a really big difference, because our goal is to get 1% better. So get your body moving, and let's start with healthy habit of motion with taking a walk. Healthy habit number 6, go to bed earlier. Our goal is to get 8 hours of sleep. And I know not many people do that. Y'all, I struggle to do that sometimes. Our world is so crazy that we treat sleep like a luxury, and really sleep is a necessity. We were designed for 1/3 of our lives to be unconscious, in that unconscious state, because we need to rest. It is a biblical thing. In the beginning, when the Lord created the heavens and the earth, on the 7th day, what did he do? He rested. Over and over again in the New Testament, we see Jesus resting. Why? Because it is so important. We were designed to rest. There was a study with some rats, and in this study, the rats were purposefully deprived of sleep to see how they would react. Y'all, within 1 month, every single rat died. Why? Because we need sleep. Sleep is vital for our health. People who have fewer than 6 hours of sleep are more likely to become obese. They get sick, they become overweight, they become depressed, they are forgetful. Sleep is so important. It's important for our immune system, for our hormonal balance, for our emotional and mental health, for our learning, for our memory. It helps clear toxins from our brains. Sleep is so important, because when you're optimally recharged, you then have the power to push through and attack anything that the day throws at you. And that is living optimally. It is our energy levels rather than our time management that really sets us up for success every single day. I'm going to read something to y'all that the founder of the program that I coach wrote in the book that I go with my clients through every day. It is so vital. It's the educational component of my lifestyle transformational program. And he just says this so well. When your energy and sense of well-being are high, you are in a position to begin your day on the right trajectory, early to rise, excited to be up and about, and ready for an optimal day. This is a highly engaged and productive day of accomplishing what is important to you, which concludes deep satisfaction. As the day drifts to its natural conclusion, it does so with a sense of calm and contentment in anticipation of a night of restful sleep. Does that not sound wonderful? So in order to do this, we want to accomplish our 8 hours of sleep. The first thing we need to think about is, when do you have to rise in the morning? When do you have to wake up? Because depending on what time you have to get up and whatever your morning routine needs to look like depends on what time you need to go to sleep. And so maybe you're one of those people that's averaging 6 hours of sleep a night right now. And so to go to bed 2 hours earlier than normal is a big jump. And you're like, Maggie, I cannot commit to that right now. I got it. Like, I totally get it. Listen, anywhere between 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep is like the goal range, okay? But in order to get there to that 8 sweet medium spot, let's start with something simple. Maybe let's just go to bed 15 minutes earlier. You can do 15 minutes. Don't tell me you can't. I know you can. So we'll do 15 minutes one night. And maybe we'll do 15 minutes the next. And we'll just try to do that 30 minutes for the first week. And then maybe the next week, we can start with another 15 minutes, and now we're at 45. And then we do another 15 minutes, and we're at an hour. You just completely changed your habits to going to bed an hour earlier a day. And it takes planning ahead, and self-discipline to make yourself do that. Because if you don't put yourself a priority, then what happens, guys? You are living a lesser version of yourself, which means then you're giving a lesser version of yourself to the people that you love so much. And so I know that lives are hectic and schedules are crazy, but when you spread yourself too thin and don't allow yourself time to recharge, you're then delivering and giving a thin version of yourself that is not at the optimal state of what you can be doing. So our goal is to get 8 hours of sleep, but we're going to start with just going to bed 15 to 30 minutes earlier a night until we instill that habit and reach that at least 8-hour goal. Healthy habit tip number 7, spend time alone. I know that sounds so simple and so silly, and you're like, Maggie, I was really looking for some game-changing healthy habits. What on earth does alone time have to do with it? Listen, I am an Enneagram 7. I am extremely extroverted. I have never enjoyed alone time. When I'm alone, I think and I feel, and I'd rather just be like, whoa, all the time and having fun with people, talking, teaching, leading, learning. I just want to be with people. But especially during quarantine, when I had to be alone, I have so learned the importance of that. And it's something that my health coaches had been really pushing on me. Maggie, are you spending your alone time? And I was disciplined. I would have my quiet time with the Lord. But I also would like to kind of rush through that so that I could get to the next thing. But the main thing is we need time to sit and be with ourselves. To, if you're a mom, to wake up as you and not as mom first. Because when you wake up as you and you focus on you first and you're ready for the day, then when all the kiddos wake up, then you can be mom. And I know that might sound simple and you might be like, Maggie, you're not a mom, you don't know. And you're right, I'm not. But I have coached moms and I've had moms coach me. And I know that spending time alone, especially in the morning, having that sacred time, that if you need to write it in your planner and schedule an appointment with yourself or put it on your calendar in your phone, then y'all do that, but make that a priority. Spend that time in prayer, in meditation, spend it journaling or reading, whatever you need to do to just have time for yourself. That is what you need to make happen. The 7th tip is to spend time with yourself, and it can be anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes a day. If you can spend more time than that alone a day, girl, you go for it. But at least 15 minutes to really just check in with yourself and reflect. See where you're at, where you want to go, and is what you're doing now helping you get to where you want to go. Spend time alone. So guys, those are my 7 game-changing healthy habits. They might seem simple, they might seem really big. Whatever you're doing, just take the first step. And this was also 7 different habits to start working on. And guys, you don't have to start with all of them. Pick one and do it really good. Because when you do it really good and it locks in to what your habit is, then you can start building another one on top of that, and you do it really, really good. So now we've got 2 that we're doing really well. Well, then we can build another habit on top of that, right? And so now we're getting to 3 habits. It's better to get really good at these habits and start to build on top of each other than to just do everything half-heartedly. Because you are a playmaker and you don't do anything half-hearted. So choose yourself, make time for yourself, and start incorporating these 7 game-changing healthy habits. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect, it's to be better. So keep going and striving for that 1%, y'all.